Hey, whoa, wow, cha, cha with that negativity. Cha, 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 cha. Everybody says we're going to lose. Hey, folks, welcome back to the SteelerWadeShow. My name is Jake Wade, coming to you from Southwest Michigan. It's a little chilly today. It's like 38, but it's like a cold 38. You know what I mean? Like, almost 10 mile an hour wind. It's chilly out there today. Folks, how we doing? Sunday is the big day, and if you've been out there, everybody is predicting a loss for us. If you follow these different podcasts and things like that, they're all just seeing losses, and doggone it, I always think it's so odd to, they're journalists and things, predictions and stuff, but I always think it's odd to think that you're not going to win, like, even just, being a dumbass. Maybe that's why they're what they are, what I am. So I was thinking about this, and I'm like, because I think they can win, and which I think, they all think they can win. Can is a very can word, right? But I had three things I was thinking about. I came up with this three things from the last game, and I did pretty good on those. And what's neat about this is that I think we have some really neat opportunities, right? The big fear are, like, I think the over-under on the game is fairly low. Not that I'm betting on them or anything like that, but I have a lot of people out there. It seems like they're seeming like it's going to be a little bit of a higher scoring game, and the reason because of our depleted backfield, and they have three legitimate wide receiver targets plus their tight end, So I get that, but I've came up with three things again for this week that I think that really somehow have to be established. Not in any order or anything like that. One of the things that I am looking forward to, and this is going to maybe fall on a lot of deaf ears, Levi Wallace has an amazing way of taking care of business when the business needs to be taken care of throughout his career. He was a nobody. I think it was Alabama. I'm not positive where it was a red school, but he did things that was not expected of him. When he came into the NFL, he did things that was not expected of him. Like, he wasn't a high draft. He's always been a fighter. Obviously, our defense struggled at the beginning of the year. He'd been taking advantage of this and that. But the man I see is someone that takes care of it when it really, really needs to be. And I think there's going to be a lot of pressure out there on this secondary, obviously. And I think this will be the game that Wallace will be the X factor in our defense. Sullivan needs to do well. But I think we're going to have a Wallace highlight at the end of this game. I think it's going to change things. So that's one. And folks, please consider liking this video. I sure do appreciate it, and I appreciate all your comments. This is kind of piggybacking. One of the things that I thought about last week was about the dropping the outside linebackers. Trent Thompson as safety is not going to be out there, So, and people are talking a little teeny bit about Peterson not wanting to be aggressive with. They might have told him, "Hey, old man, don't be throwing your whole fucking thing into these tackles because you cannot be hurt." Right? Who knows? But he's not aggressive like that up there in the box. But wouldn't it be nice? Think that we need to see those outside linebackers in more of these 3 outside linebacker sets. So you have somebody roaming around in the middle that can fall back, you know. They did a good job with them falling back from the outside last week. And I would really like to see, because if you can recall the preseason when we were so excited, not preseason, the offseason, I should say. Nick Herbig was one of the best out there in coverage. Now, if we could somehow have him floating around the line, like I said again, behind Benton, who knows if he's going in as a pass rusher, who knows if he's falling back as a coverage man. I think that could really it gives us somebody that has some coverage skills, you know? And maybe you can take out one of those 3. Or possibly eliminate the tight end. I don't know. That's the second key. Levi Wallace, Nick Herbig. Or an outside linebacker. I love me some Golden. But however they do that, you know, if they feel that, Herbig can be an Alex and let Alex roam, or Watt, let him roam. Wishing him the best of luck with some sacks Sunday. And, as far as those number things go with that Defensive Player of the Year, it's hard to see why you would think the other players would get love over that. I did hear some stuff that does at my conspiracy brain going off that Collinsworth was a big owner or whatever of PFF. So now it's like PFF. You know what I mean? And he would give any Ohio love, even if it is the Browns, you know what I mean, before he would Pittsburgh. So, and maybe they're an influencer, I don't know, whatever. But even if you went by the numbers, but, it seems like to me, it would either be TJ or, because I don't think the other 2 statistically can compete with TJ. The only thing that can compete with TJ for the Defensive Player of the Year is that cat that has returned all those interceptions, pick sixes, you know. I mean, that's just kind of like a, magical thing to have happen on a team that's winning, you know. So obviously it's a huge contributor in 5 of the games, you know. So those are the 2 I would imagine would be who would be up for discussion. You know, Steeler Nation wants TJ Watt, but so cold. It's a really, really cold 38. Okay. But the third thing is, we're going to be fighting against that 12th man. And I got the news, I heard around the band, that Devin Bush will indeed be playing at inside linebacker against us. So run, and I just want to see Najee, big old Najee, just pound him, because he don't like those big backs. Just pound him, you know what I mean? Pound that area, let him go like that. Do one of those goofy ass things, you know what I mean? So, man, and if you remember, we're fighting against that 12th man. Fighting against that noise. The best way to beat that is run that ball. Run that ball. Because you remember when you were hating life. And, you were hating life when the Colts ran it down our throat. Take the heart out of the 12th man. Like that Kung Fu movie. Remember that? Oh, and he pulls it. Boom, 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 boom. That's what we need to do. That's what we need to do, the 12th man. Playoffs? Playoffs? And all these people talking about all these chances, this and that, but at the same time, they're talking about at the end of the things, they're talking about we're going to lose. So, who dat? Here's my podcast.
Oh, my bad, bro.
Come here. This is Dilly. He's a Pirate fan that makes believe that he's a Cubs fan to piss me off. And
Go Bucks!
And he just finished
Go Bucks!
peeing in my alley. So you go out there, and I'll finish the old podcast.
Sorry, dog. And back to your regulation.
Yeah, you can just go through the side gate and into the door, I think.
All right.
Oh, no, it's probably locked. No, that's the way I went through.
Okay.
Live TV coming to you from Southwest Michigan. I did catch a little bit of that Notre Dame game. Good for them. They're playoffs. I knew he was going to hear me when I was cackling like that. I heard it come down the driveway alley. So I'm watching State of the Steelers this afternoon, and I never caught it live. Daniel and his partner, in hindsight, does Heinz, obviously, ketchup. And I heard a good ketchup joke the other day. They're doing their deal, and somebody in the comment put up, someone needs to do, because there was somebody else that had show at the end of their deal. Like, I never do I don't ever talk about anything I do. It's their deal. I'm trying to be as respectful, I just enjoy their entertaining product, you know what I mean? As a fan. That's all I am, a fanboy. Fanboy! But, this guy, someone named Thomas, said somebody needs to do a podcast on, because like Daniel had just explained basically 90% of the possibilities of what could happen with who needs to win, lose. He even got into ties, which were like, all right, Daniel, come on, ties, come on. But he explained it. And this cat, he's leaving this comment up on the podcast saying, like, someone needs to do a podcast on just that. I'm like, dude, that's just like too much effort. And he just explained it. But I know that sometimes it gets complex out there, trying to figure this whole scenario out. So I'm going to do it right here, right now. Okay? All the AFC teams around us need to lose all the time. Okay? And then on the other hand, we need to win every game. Everybody around us needs to lose all the time. And we need to win all of our games. One last thing that I noticed that was funny, and I don't know, I would like to hear, please folks, press like, subscribe. I'm getting a lot of subscribers lately, and I appreciate you checking me out. But Daniel talked about the jinx. Sometimes we think we say things like, some people are born. I was raised in a superstitious home. As far as they were superstitious. They were older people. I'm superstitious. And he was talking about the reason why he's picking the Seahawks is because whenever he's picked the other team, Steelers have won. So he's going like reverse bizarro world, double jinx back Murphy's Lou. So I respect that, but I'm a big believer in the jinx, and my story is I cannot bet on the Steelers since I lost in the 94 AFC Championship against San Diego, which we were supposed to win, and we did not, and I figured I'd jinx the team. I don't do it anymore. Do you have any jinxing stories out there? I'd love to hear them. Please give anything you can in the comments. It's all appreciated. Best of luck to us. We can do it. Tomlin, Byrne, Devin, Bush. Can you imagine? Oh, just the opportunity. The disappointment that he has got to be telling Faulkner, burn him. Figure it out. Folks, have a great night. Take care of yourself. I hope you have a super duper duper brand new year. You know, if you ain't got nothing to do, just get the old pie pans out and take your kids out and bang them with a spoon. They'll never forget it. I appreciate all your support. Have a great one.